God. Welcome back to the Replayer Podcast, everybody. My name is Pagan. I am back from a 2-week break. Initially, I think it was just a time zone thing, and last week I had to recover from a lot of things. so I'm back this week, and joining me as usual is my co-host Dan.
Hello.
And no strangers to the show, Jake and Rohan are back with us. Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi, guys. It's actually, I think, my first time meeting
Jake,
Rohan.
I see Spider-Man.
Yeah, wait a minute. That says
Where?
Jake at the bottom there. Shouldn't it say Peter Parker?
Oh,
Everything's
snap.
consistent, Jake. God.
You just outed him.
Now I need to go find Doctor Strange. So I'll be right back.
Oh, yeah. So let's just take a moment here to talk about the suit, right?
Moment
If
of
you are
silence.
listening to the podcast and you're not watching this on YouTube, maybe just click into this video later and just have a look at Jake's exquisite background and costume.
I'll do this. Let's just make Jake our thumbnail this week.
Please, yes, yeah. Let's just make Jake our thumbnail. How did this happen, Jake? Let's run through this. How long have you had this suit?
How long have I had the suit? So this suit exactly.
Tough question.
Maybe like 5 years.
5 years.
Possibly.
Wow.
My first Spider-Man suit that I have, because I have a little collection girl and I have maybe 6 or 7 costumes. So the very first suit that I had, I mainly created most of it. And I had I used puffy paint and like a whole bunch of paint. I used like old Spider-Man glasses you can get. Yeah, like you can.
Did you pull like the
Cool.
original
City
like
and stuff.
Spider-Man movie where he made his own costume?
Yeah, so like
That's
the
amazing.
Andrew
I love that
Garfield
commitment.
Spider-Man, the suit he has in the first one.
Yes.
So I'll have to send you all a picture of it. But
Please, yes.
how he kind of had like the glasses and everything. Like I took like Party City glasses, painted them, stuck them on a mask, puffy painted like all the lines and everything.
Wow.
It took me like months to do that, and by the time I was done, I was like, this is wonderful, it's amazing, but from now on I'm just going to throw money at costumes because this took so freaking long.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just worth it, right?
Yeah. So then this was the next suit that I purchased, and I got that from RPC Studio, and they make like the most amazing costumes you can find. The price is a little hefty, but if you're looking for good quality, it's definitely worth it.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah. Pagan Googles. It's back,
Yeah.
folks.
I can't tell you how many
It's
times
always
I've
here
looked
to
for
stay.
like a cosplay costume on Amazon or something, and it's like $50, and it's like that doesn't look anything
No.
like
Go
Dante's
go big, go
costume.
home.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at these and they are pretty spicy, but I've got to say, if you're gonna have the same,
That's where I've heard spicy
cosplay?
before.
yeah, spicy as in like expensive. That's how I say expensive. They're pretty spicy but if you're gonna have really good cosplay for 5 years or whatever, that tracks. And a lot of people are actually professional cosplayers, and this looks like something that is professional grade. Honestly, these suits look fucking excellent. So if anybody is looking for them, RPC Studio, we can actually link that in the show notes as well if anybody is interested. But holy crap, that's a great suit. It looks great, Jake. How does it feel?
Thank you. It feels tight and hot. So you might have your first
Tight.
casualty on this podcast.
Yeah, if
Have
you
a
pass
heat
out,
stroke.
we'll know. If Jake becomes unresponsive at any time in this video, we need to do you have a point of contact that we need to like send through, like an emergency contact number?
like just yell really loud, and hopefully my wife in the other room will hear, and then she'll
Oh,
be like, oh,
fair.
thank God, he's gone.
Fair. What does your wife think of cosplaying? I have to ask it. Like, is your wife also interested in like cosplaying or Spider-Man or anything like that as well?
So like I feel like she kind of adopted my love for Spider-Man, like or should I say tolerates. No,
Subtle correction.
Yeah, like so she actually is the one who got me into going to like conventions and stuff like that. And she likes to dress up when she can, but mainly whenever we go, it's usually me dressing up, making a fool of myself. I've done Spider-Man, I've done Nathan Drake a few times.
Fair.
I've done Old Man Marcus from Gears of War. So no, it's fun.
So,
she tolerates
wait,
it.
I mean, do you ever go in like partner costumes? Like, would you go as Spider-Man and she could go as Spider-Gwen?
I mean, I pitched the idea,
Oh,
and it just. She's like,
Just
I'll
tanked.
think about it, and then it's like the convention's tomorrow. No, okay, maybe next one. It's like,
Because you can go as like Drake and Elena, or like
no, exactly.
Spider-Man and Spider-Gwen, or Spider-Man and Mary Jane. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, no, I'm sorry. I've just nerded out over your cool ass costume because how could you not? Look at it. Okay. You
welcome back
literally
to
look
the
like you're in the video
podcast,
game. Yeah, welcome back to the podcast. This is where we tangent off. If you're still with us so far in the first 5 minutes of the show, congratulations.
And still alive.
Still alive. Rohan,
return
thank
of
you so
Rohan.
much also for returning to the show. This is my first time meeting you.
That's
I
right.
think.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Now, I have a
Yeah.
question, and I'm sure you might have answered this before, and I don't think I actually had a chance to listen to your podcast yet. But
Yeah.
Rowan or Rohan?
It's funny that you asked that.
Yeah.
I'll let
Did I ask
Rowan
that?
tell.
Yeah.
Did you answer this on the previous podcast?
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
it wasn't during the recording, it was before the show that I
Oh,
asked
okay,
him.
okay.
And I said, is your name pronounced Rowan or Rohan? And he was like, Rowan. I was like, okay, because I didn't want to be like Riders of Rohan.
Okay,
No,
but I do have a question.
no.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So the my follow-on question is, so it's Rowan, but then was it after Rohan? Is it after
What
the
do you mean?
Riders of Rohan?
No,
Over here?
unfortunately. It'd be a cool story, but no, that
Upsetting.
was just the name that got picked. I know. Yeah.
Just go with it in future, Rowan. Just be like, yes.
Just pretend. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
I am
I had-
Rohirrim. Yeah.
I had Riders of on the back of my leavers jacket in year 12, and no one got the reference at all. And I was
No one got the reference.
No.
no. Oh, I think one person did, and I was like, worth it. Yes.
Some people in year 12 need to be educated, friend.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Just, oh God.
Yeah.
No, it's really cool because I actually I had only ever met one other Rowan before, and he didn't mind either Rowan or Rohan, but he was actually named after
Oh, nice.
yeah, the Rohirrim in Lord of the Rings, and I was like, dope.
Nice.
From the book, right? So
Yeah.
obviously because he was like my age and the films didn't come out until whatever. But yeah, this is really cool. I love the name. You're joining us from Australia, is that right? You're really
Yep.
early in the morning
Yeah.
for you as well. I'm so
Mhm.
sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Happy to be here. It's so fun.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
I
good.
realized after we recorded that podcast, I'm like, I totally forgot to ask Rowan where he's from as part of like the get to know you portion
I
of
feel like
it.
the accent gives it away, no?
Yeah.
We hinted at it heavily multiple times.
It's like the accent sounds really familiar, somewhat like two other actors that we have on our show in Retro Replay. From Name of
Yeah.
Todd, very like similar part of the world.
Yeah, it's like I think they've also got their own show that's also on Retro Replay.
They do. I think it's
Yeah.
getting good. Get good. It's
Get
something.
it.
Is the show is
Better.
getting good, or what's it
I don't
called?
know. I
It-
feel like they're getting good. I'm not sure. I'd have to
Yeah.
run that by Todd and Liam. I don't know how many episodes it's going to take for them to get good either. It's upsetting.
it's a never-ending process of
It's a
getting
never
good.
ending. Yeah, it's an uphill climb. Yeah. Oh well. No, it is great. It is a fantastic show, and it's lovely to have you guys here. Jake, where are you from?
I am currently
You're currently in New York.
Swinging across.
Stop.
I am from the New York rooftops with the skyline in the background.
This is incredible. If you're not
There's a
watching this on
sunny
YouTube,
with the chance
please
of
do.
crime.
This is easily going to be like the one and only episode of our show that we have to tell you to watch it and not listen.
Sunny with the chance of crime.
Sunny with the chance
I'm
of crime.
sorry. That's beautiful.
That is excellent.
That's excellent. Holy shit. That's fucking great. Well,
To answer your question, Florida.
Oh, Florida.
Florida.
Might as well
I
be.
swear to God, that was not where I would have put you.
Yeah.
That is definitely not where I would have thought you were from. That's crazy.
Believe that was discussed the first time Jake appeared on the show.
Yeah, that's true. It's the spider suit. It's throwing me off.
Because it's Spider-Man. Like, why
Yeah,
is Spider-Man in
it's-
Florida?
It's Spider-Man, and there's a picture of New York in the background, so I automatically
Wrestling
think
some
he's
alligators.
somewhere up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, wrestling some alligators.
Crocodile Dundee.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, I mean, we're gonna go straight into like timely topics this week, and then we'll go on to the main topic of discussion, really, which is Spider-Man.
Hope you
I
like
feel people
Spider-Man.
might get it.
Spider-Man.
Not this guy.
If you like Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, we're probably going to go discuss that. Maybe it might be on the agenda. Who
Mhm.
knows? Who can tell? The YouTube listeners can. Those virtual listeners, they can.
All those beloved
All those
virtual listeners.
All right. So this week we had Gamescom and some pretty great announcements. So we got some release dates of very highly anticipated games.
Mhm.
Obviously Horizon Forbidden West had their release dates as well as Halo Infinite had theirs. What did you guys catch up on Gamescom? Is there anything that was really exciting that you learned about or excited about from Gamescom this week? Dan, let me start with you.
The thing that to me I believe is one of like the biggest announcements, which to me it's special because I think it's going to fly under anyone else's radar because it doesn't sound like much when you hear it.
Mhm.
What it really is actually kind of a big deal. So Xbox at their specific press event that they did announced that they're going to bring cloud gaming to console. So far they've been doing cloud gaming on like mobile devices, the iPhones, Android devices, on PC, but now they're bringing cloud gaming to console. And you might think like, well, who cares? Why would I want a cloud game on my console?
Okay.
Here's a couple of good reasons. For me, one, storage. Big games take a lot of storage. If you can stream that game instead of download it, that saves you storage, especially if it's a game you may only play once or if it's a game you play a lot. Like, I don't want to keep a 200 plus gigabyte Call of Duty installed on my Xbox. So if I can stream that, all the better. Here's the other thing that means, and this is the big one. It's going to allow people with Xbox Ones to play Xbox Series games on their Xbox Ones. So for the first time ever, forward compatibility. Ever.
Bum, bum, bum.
Never has it done before. Forward compatibility.
Yeah.
And I think that's huge. You're like, yeah, whatever. I
Yeah.
don't give a shit.
Everything else like meh.
Meh.
So did you watch Gamescom then from the Xbox event or on opening night live with Jeff Keighley?
I did not catch the opening night live with Jeff Keighley. I mostly watched the Xbox specific presser, and then I watched all the rest of the content kind of like, per diem or whatever, like a la carte, picking and watching the things I wanted to watch when I saw the videos pop up.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah, cool. I mean, cloud gaming coming to Xbox. I think for storage primarily, I think that's a massive thing considering how expensive the add-on storage is getting. Yeah, I think that's a really good announcement to, I guess, look forward to from Xbox. I don't think that was actually included in the opening night live, unless it was later on in the announcements. I think I missed the last like 5 minutes of
Again,
that. But
it's a very technical thing, so they might have even just skimmed over that. But
it might have just been for the Xbox event.
I think it's a big deal. I think everyone's going to be caring about this a lot when it comes out and becomes a thing.
Yeah, nice.
With that cloud gaming, is that dependent on your internet speeds and stuff?
Yeah, it's going to be dependent on internet speed, of course.
Yeah, because
I was just about to say it. Yeah.
I mean, they're trying to optimize it to hit 1080p, 60 frames per second, but of course, you're going to have the internet to support it. But that's the case with cloud gaming in general. Anyone who's doing cloud gaming, whether it's Stadia, Amazon Luna, any of the cloud platforms.
Yeah, and I feel like it's really not going to affect you in a way that like it's not like they're going to disregard or get rid of all of the types of gaming just to like prioritize cloud gaming. It's just going to be an accessible feature. So I guess like if you have shit internet like Drew does, then you don't have to worry about cloud gaming. You could just play the games on your console and buy that extra storage.
And I don't know if I will steal this from Jake, but I would say some of the other bigger news is the new Xbox announcement. But I'll let him talk about that.
Okay. Well, I mean, let's start over to Jake. What did you think was most exciting about Gamescom announcements this week?
It's like I want to say the trailer they had for Halo, but it's like Dan said, the console. Oh my God, just how beautiful it looks, and it's like I'm sitting there thinking to myself, do I really need another console?
You don't, Jake, but it's very pretty.
My question was, do I need a third Xbox Series X?
No, for real, right? And it's like, I know I'm going to try so hard to not cave in and get it. Because it's like,
I already tried, they're gone.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Are you serious already?
They were sold out within a few hours because
Was
I
there
didn't.
already like pre-orders thing, or did they actually go? Did they go on sale?
The initial pre-orders through Microsoft were gone within a few hours. Then I think Best Buy added them later, and then Walmart added them after that. And again, like if you weren't on it, like the minute they went live, there's no way you're going to get them. And people are already flipping them on eBay for like 2 or 3 times as much.
Yeah.
So my favorite thing though was, did you see the Elite controller, the Master Chief edition?
Oh my God, yes.
That right there,
Oh,
like
yeah.
that for me, that's the hardest thing to like. Oh, do I need it? Do I need another controller?
Do
to like
I?
the
Do I?
existing controllers I have right now? The answer is yes. I need 12.
Yeah. Always.
Always yes.
Yeah, I gotta say that the console, like I think that the controller is stunning, like so stunning. The Xbox limited edition, like I mean, it's very pretty. It's very fucking pretty. I can imagine a lot of people trying to get that and then just selling their current Xbox Series X.
Oh, that's normally what I would do in the past whenever I upgraded to like I had limited edition Xbox 360s, I had limited edition Xbox Ones. Every time I'd always get the new one, sell the old one. So I've had like back in the day when Xbox 360 had faceplates, and I would get the new one for the faceplate, and then I got the Final Fantasy one, I got the Gears of War one, then I got the Halo one that is currently on my shelf behind me there.
Nice. Yeah, I think it's very pretty. I do think though, like limited edition ones, like the specially designed ones, like of all consoles, I just feel like longevity, like they're fucking cool, right? They are so fucking cool, and I want them all. But I do think like design wise, I really do love the design of the Xbox Series X, and it the sleekness of that design, that it's almost unnoticeable in like a room full of like if you have speakers or whatever. It's not like the main show, right? The PlayStation 5 I feel like has a very specific like, here it is on the PlayStation 5 design. Whereas Xbox Series X is like, hey, I'm a little black box in the corner with some green holes on the top. You won't know what I am unless you know what I am, and that's kind of cool. I think that's really interesting design. Kind of the same with PlayStation, I guess, because you're just like, what the fuck is that thing? Is that a modem? But yeah, I feel like I'm never really tempted with limited edition consoles because I'm like, super cool, but I feel like the black box goes with my room better. Like, I just kind of like this design because it blends in better. It's like more neutral.
I was always a sucker for the sound effects that the Xbox Halo edition made. And I would sit there and push that button all day, listen to the Halo sounds.
It makes a different sound?
And the 360s did, yeah. The Gears of War one made the Gears of War sound. The Halo one made a Halo sound. Like it would make a different sound whenever you turned it on or opened the disc tray.
Do you think this one will? I would imagine they wouldn't get rid of that trait.
I mean, they haven't been doing it. So if they brought that back, that'd be kind of cool.
They did it with the Gears 4 limited edition.
Oh, did they?
That had to start up and
okay.
The disc eject sound. That was
cool. Nice. Okay, I didn't know that. That's kind of dope. Okay. Cool. Rohan, what about you? Did you find anything interesting in Gamescom this week for announcements wise? Anything you're looking forward to?
Well, I didn't actually know Gamescom was on, so I just
great.
Great. So it's a nice surprise for me.
This is all new for you.
Yeah. I did see a couple of things. So obviously the new Horizon, I am so ready for that. Well, I'm not ready. I got to finish the first game, but I'm like, yes. I love that game so much, and I'm so ready. And it's interesting to hear about the Xbox cloud gaming, because Sony I don't feel like Sony's really looking at that. I mean, they got PlayStation now, but that's sort of a little.
It's really fallen off the radar, hasn't it?
Yeah. And the way the PlayStation Now works as a streaming service, it's really wonky.
Yeah,
and they don't seem to be supporting it very actively. So
I don't think that they need to, right? It's not their biggest moneymaker or anything.
And this is how Sony looks at it too. They're like, whatever, it's cool, we're good. We got for Horizon, we've got God of War, we're set, we're fine. That's literally Sony's attitude. That's 100% their attitude.
Of course it is. They will always sell consoles for like Naughty Dog, Santa Monica Studios, like some fucking Guerrilla Studios. Like they're always going to sell consoles for those games. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just, that's never going to be a non-issue. So yeah, More proud to you, PlayStation.
Until more of them keep coming to PC, because every other PS5 exclusive that's also coming to PC, I'm going to buy on PC.
Yeah,
at
that's
this
fair.
point.
That is fair. That's fair. That's fair. I actually really discovered, this is like a little bit of side tangent, the amazingness of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, because I signed up to play 12 minutes
Oh yeah.
for when we did Retro Replay, because I know that, like, I mean, I probably could have gotten a code or something, and I thought, nah, it's releasing today, so I do want to support it. And then I was like, oh, well, why don't I sign up for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate? I know Adam has it, but I don't have my own account, so I'm just going to do it. And like, I am shook. I'm shook.
Because now you
I
have the
didn't
PC
know-
Game Pass too, right?
I have a PC Game Pass too. So I was playing 12 minutes on my PC, as we all saw what I was streaming. And then I was streaming it eventually on Twitch. And then I completed the game by myself on PC. But in the meantime, I picked up on my Xbox downstairs and like just picked up from where I was playing
Yep.
on my couch. And I was like, this is what?
This is the
I was
beauty.
like, how have I been missing all of this?
I love that aspect of
That's
the pick up
amazing.
and play ease of
Mhm.
what Xbox
Yeah.
has been doing with that. And that's one of the things that I've been trying to like you need to see this. Like it's so good.
Like, I can't, if PlayStation ever got this way, that would be amazing. But obviously I don't ever see that happening because
I really
Microsoft
wish-
own Xbox. So
I
that's
really wish PlayStation would get on that, because I still struggle with playing a game on the PlayStation 4 and then going to play that same game on the PS5. And it's not there. I have to transfer stuff. I have to hook up my PS4. I have to transfer the save data. I have to send it to the cloud. I got to go back to the PS5. I got to
download it.
download the like.
Yeah.
Why doesn't it just work? It just works on Xbox.
yeah. I have to say, they really do fucking get it. They nail it
Yeah.
on the head with that, and that the ease of play
You know what else you
is
can
just
do?
fantastic.
You can also continue that game save that you're playing on your PC, on your Xbox, on your iPhone using the cloud gaming app. Same game, same save, everything.
What?
Oh,
In bed? Oh
Yep.
my god. This
I
is
was-
opening a whole new world. Oh Jesus.
yeah.
Xbox, don't turn me.
How dare you?
Don't
I-
worry, my PlayStation loves. I will always love you. Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, some good exciting announcements there. Actually, one of the most anticipated things that I saw about that, right? I was watching Gamescom and I was like, okay, cool. You know, we've seen Saints Row. Like we did actually get like a bit more of this gameplay about Horizon Forbidden West. Love the new environment, stuff like that. And I'm like, yes, so beautiful, great. Love it. I like the Halo Infinite trailer. I was like, yeah, this is great. Cool. Cult of the Lamb, is that what it's called? Had a fucking amazing trailer that I'm like, I can't wait for that game.
I did not see that one.
What is this? I actually think it was on Opening Night Live. I'll see if I can. Yeah, Cult of the Lamb. It is Massive Monster, a publisher, Devolver Digital. It's going to come out for, I think, Steam,
Mhm.
potentially, but it is the cutest satanic game I've ever seen. It's just so fucking cute. I love it so much. Please, if somebody also agrees with me,
I need
put
to
this in
reach
the
out
comments.
to a friend of mine. I have a friend
So
who
good.
makes game trailers for Devolver Digital Games, and I'm wondering
Oh,
if
no
he
way.
made that trailer.
Please,
wow.
please go look. Listen, I swear, if you guys haven't seen this game yet, I will link you after the podcast, or maybe we can watch this together at the end of the podcast. If you would like to stick
Yeah,
around for
do
that,
like a
that'd be awesome.
post credits
Yeah.
reaction
Yeah,
trailer.
let's just do
Oh,
that
yeah,
because I swear
definitely.
it looks like the best game. I'm so excited for this game. Just because it's fucking satanic but adorable. And who doesn't love that combo? Honestly, I just think that's so cute. So anyway, so that was something that I really took away from Gamescom, and I couldn't just stop thinking about it. And I know there's bigger announcements. I know that they all probably just went over my head, and I was like, this is nice.
There was also
Xbox.
a lot of announcements.
Yeah, a
So
lot of announcements.
there was a lot of indie games from what I've seen. Lots and lots of indie games.
And I fucking love indie games. I'm super
Oh, yeah.
happy about more indie games coming like to prevalence. I think that's just so
I think more and more
important now.
indie games are becoming better games too.
Yes.
It's hard for me to not play an indie game and go, wow, the quality here
Mm-hmm.
is better than what I get out of like a AAA game sometimes.
And we were talking about this recently on Trailer Talk, which we'll actually like segue into in a minute. But we were talking about this recently on Trailer Talk last week, not just gone, but the week before. We were talking about 12 Minutes and how 12 Minutes developed really as an indie developer that got picked up by Annapurna Interactive. And I think this is really important for studios to pick up indie games or indie projects and really push them and give them an elevated status. And I know what you're going to say in the comments before you even fucking say it at me, so don't even come at me. I know what you're saying. It's not an indie game if it's backed by a big studio. I get you. I hear
That's
you.
not
From the
true
mountains.
necessarily, though.
But that's what I think. I just don't agree with that statement. A lot of people are like, well, technically it would be an indie game if it's a Sony backed project.
Just because indie doesn't necessarily mean that it's like independently published.
Like released.
It's independently developed, but not independently published.
Right. There's definitely arguments for and against. I have seen the arguments on the internet being like, well, if it's with Sony, then it's not technically indie, blah, they're getting a lot of help. Ember Lab are releasing their first ever game, Kena Bridge of Spirits, and I can't fucking wait for this game. That looks amazing, but again, that's their first ever game, so they would be considered as an indie studios. And also with Luis, I'm gonna get his name
Antonio
wrong. Antonio, but I don't know if you say
he's the developer of Louis Antonio.
Yeah, I think it's Louis.
He's a developer of 12 Minutes.
I just want to make sure Louis. Yeah. Because I mean, I always say Luis because of how we like Luis Reza. But Mark had said before, he was like, no, it's just Louis, it's fine. Louis. So Louis Antonio obviously developed and created this game, and then Annapurna picked it up and then backed it with some fucking talent, right? With Daisy Ridley and James McAvoy and Willem Dafoe. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. I'm really excited to see more indie games come up to the top. And I think it is important that bigger studios are helping bring these forward and like putting as much effort as they are behind the AAA games as well.
I will squeak in a quick. I think that's also the beauty of Game Pass is you get so many good indie games on Game Pass. So many good indie games. Oh yeah, Steam.
And Steam. I will say like Steam and Game Pass have been like such an eye-opener for me.
But the difference there is Steam, you still have to buy the games. That's Game Pass is just there with your membership that you can just play. Like I'm going to play games I've never even looked at before just because they're on Game Pass. Plenty of times there are games. Yes, Steam is the place to go for indie games. That's where most indie games live and die is on Steam.
And I have to like just out of being a very recent Xbox player, because I really didn't play Xbox before ever. I hadn't really owned one or anything, and now that we have an Xbox Series X, I've moved the Xbox One into my room, so now I actually play it. It's just eye-opening, and having a Steam account since I built my computer, it's just really eye-opening to a lot of other games that I really wouldn't have ever touched before, and that's cool. Speaking of the discussion on Trailer Talk, this week's Trailer Talk was pretty interesting with Spider-Man No Way Home. This was a very live reaction for me. I know that sometimes, if somebody suggests a trailer, they've probably already watched it. So Drew, I think, suggested, hey, we should watch Spider-Man No Way Home. So he had seen that before, and that's obviously why he fucking spoiled it for me before we even watched it. But I hadn't seen anything all day. I was like, we're going to talk about this on Trailer Talk. I'm not looking at anything online. I'm going to try and avoid all of the spoilers. And I'm pretty sure you just saw Pagan freak out. Yeah, it was a pretty great game. A pretty great stream. So I want to get your reaction. So starting with Rohan, what did you think of the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer?
I was really like, when I heard it was coming out, I was like, finally, because I feel like this has been in, like, people have been talking about it for years and years, just getting everything, all the Spider-Man together and everything, and now it's hopefully finally happening. I was really excited. The trailer itself, I felt like the first quarter of it, where they're like setting everything up and it's getting to Doctor Strange, I think that was necessary to fill people in and like show how far he's been pushed in order to get to the state he's in, where he's like, I need this changed. And then I was like, okay, I'm kind of on board. And then rest of the trailer kicked in. I was like, yes, I'm so ready for this. Just can I have it now, please? It's so good.
Basically same.
And Alfred Molina at the end and Willem Dafoe's little laugh and pumpkin bomb. I was like, oh my god, yes.
So good. The rumors are all true.
I am excited for this trailer. If you can't tell, I am so pumped.
Nice. I feel like there is also somebody here that may be very excited for this as well. Dan. Just kidding. It's obviously Jake. Wait a minute. Jake, what did you think?
So with the new Spider-Man movies, like I had a love-hate relationship with them, to be honest.
Okay.
It's like when Homecoming came out, like I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. And Far From Home came out, and I was like, okay, like it's better. Like I like it. And then when I saw this trailer, I was like, holy crap! Like this is it. Like this is the movie I want to see. Green Goblin, Willem Dafoe. Like that's all I needed to see. But you could have just showed that in the trailer, and yeah, take my money.
Shut up and take my money.
So it's like, because the problem that I have is I feel like with this Peter Parker and Spider-Man, I feel like he's too dependent on Tony Stark in these movies, and obviously with him gone, spoiler alert, I feel like now he can kind of branch out on his own and become his own hero, and other than that, it's like fingers crossed. Hopefully, we get Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. That'd be great. But it kind of also contradicts me of he's depending on somebody else, but at the same time, I want to see them.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hopefully that's I agree that I didn't even think about it that much, but now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, yeah, he kind of doesn't do anything on his own, really, in those new movies. And that's never been Spider-Man, really, especially in the movies, the cartoon shows, some of the comics, and even like Ultimate Spider-Man when it's really young Peter Parker. And it's like he still kind of figures out how to get along on his own without the help of a rich millionaire to support him with a bunch of crazy technology and stuff.
Exactly.
But I actually really appreciate that take that you have there, Jake, on these movies. And I have a question, if anyone can answer it, is why is home in every one of these movies' titles?
No idea.
I feel like that's like the underlying theme for the two movies we've had so far, because Homecoming was about him sort of, because in Civil War he was picked up by Stark and that, and in Homecoming he's kind of trying to find his place in the whole superhero scene, and he's like, that's how I feel. And then Far From Home, he's still trying to find it, or he's found himself, but he's still trying to lock in who he is. I feel.
I just think it's odd that all these movies have the word home in the title.
Oh, okay. Is it like, do you have a theory, or is it just that you were querying, like, why do you think that is?
I mean, it's clear that there's a theme to the movie to go along with Homecoming. Like Homecoming relates to, he's a high school student. It's about finding himself as a superhero. It's high school, meeting girls, going to Homecoming, like quite literally. And then, Far From Home, he's out in Europe, he's away from home. There's a lot of deeper meaning. And then it's like, now there's No Way Home. And it's like, these people really like home for some reason.
I think it is trying to solidify kind of what Jake was saying before, that like he really doesn't do anything on his own, but he's quite young. Like he's a really young Peter Parker, a Spider-Man, and like a lot of the other comics really, like he is in college and he's in like university and stuff like that, whereas they've really gone back to him being in high school. And I think that whole home thing, like Homecoming, I actually really liked Homecoming, and maybe it was just me, but I really liked Homecoming. Awesome. I think Michael Keaton is boss.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
he was the best part of that movie.
King.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. So I think the word home, I think they're just trying to signify like almost like a sense of not like lost almost, right? Because it's like far from home and no way home. Like home is such a safe and secure place with family, friends, people you trust, and an environment that you love to be in is what is associated with this film, right? Not that's the same for anything, but those are the connotations realistically that is coming with this.
Mhm.
So I feel like putting him like Far From Home and No Way Home is suggesting out of comfort zone Peter. We're automatically concerned for Peter's safety and how he's feeling and is he okay? And oh my God, he's far from home. This poor lad, he needs to get home for dinner. And then, you know, now there's No Way Home and you're like, God, no, he's going to be
I
trapped in
know.
the fucking multiverse. Jesus Christ.
The sequel's going to be Spider-Man Home Alone.
Oh my God, please.
It's just a crossover film.
They've just been building to this crossover.
Yeah, exactly.
Macaulay
Perfect.
Culkin, back to the scene.
With it.
Yeah, perfect.
Multiverse.
I do have a follow-up as far as the
Oh.
reaction to the trailer itself.
Yeah.
Not only did I think the trailer was amazing, and it's been a long time coming, we've been hearing all these rumors of them bringing in these actors from the past series and bringing them back and having them, you know, come back as their old characters and roles that they played. But the one thing that really got me that I wasn't thinking much about until I watched the trailer is when Doctor Strange talks about the multiverse and how they know so little about the multiverse. And my brain just started firing with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And I went, because that movie is
Right.
phenomenal. Like, if you
That
haven't
movie-
seen that movie,
It's the
You're
best
wrong.
Spider-Man movie.
I said the same thing, Rowan. I completely agree with you. I said the same thing on Trailer Talk this week. Into the Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man movie I've seen.
I would love if this movie has some Spider-Verse in it. If they can bring animated like Miles Morales or something into this movie for any portion of it, even if it's just a quick cameo, I will be so
They
happy.
will. That'd be a ballsy move.
It'd be
It would be a
great.
ballsy move to do, but I think that'd be cool. I mean, I just think that's such a great movie.
They're doing the multiverse already, so
Possible.
Very,
Why
very
not?
true.
why not?
But they might try and keep, well, yeah, I see what you're saying, but I feel like they may try and keep to a live action tone. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Fair.
But I do think being that, we're going to see Toby, we're going to see Andrew, we're going to see Willem Dafoe, we're going to see Melina. Like, we definitely going to see that. I don't know. And I think like in the comments on the live chat, when we were talking about this on Trailer Talk, people were like, oh, maybe the Vulture as well will make an appearance. And I'm like, I don't think so, because they've already established his connection in this universe. I feel it's probably more effective to bring him, like to bring in other characters from other films, like Sandman.
I would say it depends
Electro,
on if they're
etc.
going to try to do the Sinister Six or not,
Mhm.
Yeah, somebody else did say this.
because the Vulture was one of the Sinister Six. So
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
But then-
But I just feel like I see what you're saying, and I think maybe that's like an obvious choice for them. But I just feel like because he's already been an established villain in the Tom Holland series of Spider-Man, that I'm like, I just don't think it will be as effective to bring him back. It'll only be effective to bring in like the ones that have been, Tobey Maguire universe and then the Andrew Garfield
wasn't
universe.
there an end scene
But-
in Homecoming with the Vulture talking to somebody in prison?
But
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, but there does seem to be a gateway into him coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they could. What if the Sinister Six is actually
Mhm.
like the villain? You know what I mean? Like at a larger scale. What if that's what he's actually combating in this movie?
Hmm.
Through the multiverse.
I think it'd be good to have
Maybe.
the Vulture come back. Mainly just because we could get a similar scene to Homecoming where he's in the car and he realizes Peter Parker's like, that is the best scene in that entire movie.
Oh my
for
God,
me.
it's
So
Just-
great.
I know.
So Michael Keaton.
I could
No.
talk about Michael Keaton all day, like just an hour-long podcast about that.
I do have a question then regarding the trailer and the context of the trailer. What did you guys think? Do you have theories about this? Because I know there's a lot of theories about Strange.
Mm.
Something is strange with Strange. Would you
Something is up
agree,
with Strange.
Jake?
I would, but then again, it's like I feel like the trailer could also be misleading. Like remember, like in Infinity War and Endgame, like you saw like the Hulk. He
It's a
was
little trickery.
yeah, like
Yeah.
and the Infinity trailer, like you saw the Hulk, and he was charging or whatever, and then in the movie you're like, he wasn't here. He was in the Hulkbuster outfit. So I'm just like,
Right.
I'm curious if they're kind of playing us in a way. They're like, okay, we're going to mislead them, think
Throw them off
this
the
is the
scent.
villain, when actually, like everybody's going to think Doctor Strange is, Mephisto or whatever.
Yes.
But actually, the real villain's over here, and you'll never see it coming.
Mhm.
I don't know. I can take it a million different ways.
This is actually an interesting theory that you bring up, though, that Marvel and Sony, right? It is a Sony movie that's in like partnership with Marvel, whatever. But if I think it's interesting that you bring up that they could be misleading us through the trailer, because we did see a lot of that as well in the live chat on YouTube, that there were fan theories that they're purposefully misleading us to
Mhm.
try and make this trailer like something incredible. And then when you actually watch the movie, it's going to blow your mind. Like they will include something that they have just tried to mislead you with.
See, now I hope
don't
that's the
know.
case. I hope that's the case, because I hate when I watch a trailer and be like, oh, I know exactly what's going to happen in this movie. And then I watch
Yeah,
the movie
true.
and that's exactly what happens. And I'm like,
Yeah.
cool. I didn't need to watch that movie.
Yeah.
If they're going to throw me off the scent and make things a big surprise, all the better for it. Let's do it.
I feel like the only successful time that it did that, like the misleading trailers really did that, was Naughty Dog for The Last of Us 2. Honestly,
You know what did
'cause
that better was Hideo Kojima with Metal Gear Solid 2.
Okay, I
Oh my
didn't see
God.
that.
Oh, yeah.
He's the master of illusion and misleading.
That's
yeah.
true. Very
That wasn't an
true.
exception. That was just two different games, and they
Nobody
just
knew.
decided to change the game.
You weren't going to play as
Oh,
Solid Snake
right,
before that game came
right.
out.
Yeah.
Nobody
right.
knew.
Yeah.
And then when you yes, actually I do know what you're talking about. Yes.
They
I
doctored
wasn't
scenes in that game.
yeah. Okay, so recently, in recent times, because like you mentioned Endgame and stuff like that as well. I didn't really feel anything that was like misleading. I was like, oh, okay. Huh. Whereas I think in Naughty Dog there was such a massive controversy over like Joel's ending so soon in the game that people were like, wait a minute, he has to come back somehow, right? Like in a memory or something, because we saw in the trailer she turns around. And it's so funny because I remember seeing that trailer and turning to Adam being like, nah, he's not there.
We've talked about that too on the podcast.
Yeah, we
We're
talked
like
about it
that.
in the episode.
We're
We're like, nah, that's he's not gonna be there. And you know, it did fool a lot of people, and people were pretty mad about it.
Yeah,
but
you
it's
could say
funny
that.
how movie trailers don't seem to get the same effect. Maybe they just never did it in the same way, if you know what I mean. So like they mislead you to bring you something even more awesome. Whereas I feel like that trailer probably was like, I'm just gonna mislead you and they're gonna tell you he's dead pretty quickly. Like you're like, fuck that shit. But yeah, I think there's a lot of fan theories. Though, what about you, Rowan? Do you have any fan theories regarding this kind of trailer or Doctor
No.
Strange as Mephisto?
I do because I'm torn, because I like the idea that Strange isn't who he says he is, or
Okay.
like as Mephisto or something. But I don't like the comic that Mephisto's in. That I feel like if that fan theory is true, that's what they're leading to. So I'm like, but the fact that he talked about the multiverse and how little they know, and it's hard to say, because I could say anything and it'd just be like,
you
no,
take a
that
shot
was
in the
like
dark,
way
literally, and
off.
just see what sticks.
Yeah, I feel like Doctor Strange isn't the Doctor Strange that we've become accustomed to,
Right.
or at some point it's branched off from like the sacred timeline or something from Loki, because he does mention that they've saved the world together, but then Strange has always really listened to One, is his name?
Yeah, Wong.
Yeah, he's always listened to him, always, or pretty much always followed the rules,
The guidance. Yeah,
and to him just to sort of turn around and like do what he did, I feel like that's not him. But yeah, I'm excited, so I'm more excited to see what happens, really.
And what about you, Dan? What do you think of the theories around Strange?
So the one thing that struck me when I rewatched the trailer and I try to pay as much attention to it as possible was there's a scene later in the trailer where you see Doctor Strange, and it looks like he's fighting Spider-Man. He's fighting Peter Parker. But that Doctor Strange visually looks different from the Doctor Strange in the beginning of the trailer.
Right.
And I think it's a different Doctor Strange. It could be
Yes.
a multiverse Doctor Strange.
Interesting.
That was actually my initial thought when I saw him like in the hoodie and chilling and like just going against what Wong says and stuff. I was like, is he a multiverse Strange? Because then like they introduced this whole topic of the multiverse, and I was like, nah, he's a multiverse Strange. Like that Strange shouldn't have been here, and like something's happened.
Because if there's multiverse Spideys, why not multiverse Stranges?
For sure. Oh, now here's an interesting one though. If there's multiverse Stranges and there's multiverse Spideys, why aren't they all? Yeah, because I feel like they're okay. So the theory that he's like a different Strange, right? He's different Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But he looks like Benedict Cumberbatch because he is Benedict Cumberbatch. And Benedict Cumberbatch is going to play multiple Stranges, but then they're throwing in multiple Spideys with different actors potentially. So I'm like,
what if they have different actors playing different Doctor Stranges, but we don't know about it because of the misdirection?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I would prefer that.
What if like all of a sudden Nathan Fillion pops up as Doctor Strange and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I will feel like a king if that happens.
Please.
I called it.
I feel like if you're going to establish that multiverse Spider-Man could also be Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, because we're like, yeah, that's so cool. I feel like you would try and get other characters as other, like, so identifiably in costume and everything as those characters, but they're different actors. I feel like that would make more sense to me, but I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine when that does happen. And it's probably going to be a multiverse Strange that just is Benedict Cumberbatch, and I'll be like, cool.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm fine with it. I'm still gonna be fine with it. It looks like a great movie. I'm actually a big fan of the Tom Holland Spider-Man series. It just does what it says in the tin, right? It's just fun. I
haven't not liked any of the Spider-Man movies, honestly. Spider-Man 3 is probably like, but otherwise, I love all of them. So
it's more comedy now.
Yeah. In retrospect, it's funny.
Yeah.
I don't have this complete Blu-ray set for nothing.
Nice.
Right.
I haven't been a big fan of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man though. Like I like the first film. Even though apparently the second one is like so well renowned to be the favorite, but I'm just like,
I don't like Tobey Maguire so much as Spider-Man, but I love those movies though.
But I think he's an excellent Peter Parker. He is an excellent Peter Parker, and I think where Andrew Garfield was a great Spider-Man, not a great Peter Parker. He was too fucking cool.
Yeah, I'm a skateboarder.
Yeah, he's too cool. He's not the nerdy person that like has no friends, and that's pretty much Peter. And that's Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker, and I think that made much more sense towards like comic and like traditional Spider-Man fan base. Tom Holland's is total mix between, because Tom Holland really kind of should be popular. Like he should be a popular kid. He's gorgeous, and he's in high school, and girls should be like, "Hi, you're really pretty. Can you take me to homecoming?" But nobody seems to want to, and he's kind of like, he has this like social awkwardness that kind of makes it like, all right, Peter Parker at like 16 or 17 or whatever he's supposed to be. It's kind of believable, whereas I just think Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker was on point. Like it was so on point, the same way that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, when he was in the suit and had the whole persona of Spider-Man, is just excellent.
He had the witticism. I always felt that Tobey Maguire Peter Parker was a little too old, and he was a little blubbery. I thought he was a little whiny, like too whiny.
Okay, okay. But I see that.
Sure. Especially because I grew up with the Spider-Man cartoon show. So that was my biggest contrast, was the 90s cartoon show.
The buff Peter Parker.
Yeah, and
he was
I feel
buff.
like,
yeah, he was like,
right. That's why I liked Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man though, because I felt like it really did bring me back to the cartoon as Spider-Man, like just the witty comments and the sarcasm and stuff like that.
The one-liners.
Yeah, the one-liners so good. But yeah, I think we can wrap it up there. I do have a Spiderman quiz.
Spiderman quiz.
Oh, no.
I do have a Spiderman quiz if you would like to.
I am ready.
Take part.
If anyone's winning the Spiderman quiz today, it's not me.
It's not you. All right, hold on 1 second. Let me get pen and paper because I do it old fashioned. Okay. Apparently, this is the hardest Spider-Man quiz you'll ever take.
Ouch.
So there you go. Okay.
Cool.
Dan, Jake, and Rowan.
So now you're taking
right.
influence from my game, huh?
So the most amount of, I guess, correct answers will win. What part-time job? Oh, sorry. Okay. So we're gonna play a quiz. We're gonna play Spider-Man quiz to round off the show. So thank you guys for coming on and joining us in the Spider-Man topics that we had going. But we're about to take the quiz that is on joe.ie. So if you guys want to take this quiz yourself, I guess you can end the podcast here. Go over to joe.ie and look up the Spider-Man quiz. I'm gonna do that. If not, this will obviously spoil the whole fucking quiz for you because we're gonna tell you the answers. All right. So the first question is, what part-time job does Peter Parker have in Spider-Man 2? Is he a bartender, a tutor, or a pizza delivery boy? Dan.
I feel like it's a pizza delivery boy.
Okay. Rowan.
It's been a while since I've watched that one.
You're gonna go with pizza delivery boy, Jake?
Yeah.
It's the pizza delivery boy. I think it was like Antonio's or something.
Yep. You all got a point. Congratulations.
Damn.
All right. Which comedian voices Spider-Ham in Into the Spider-Verse? Is it John Mulaney, Andy Samberg, or Charlie Day? Dan.
John Mulaney.
Okay. Jake?
I'm just going to piggyback off it because I don't know. John Mulaney.
Okay. And Rowan?
Yeah, I'm going to follow.
This is a good tactic. It's a good tactic.
John Mulaney.
Yes, you are all right. Dang it.
I should have been wrong. I
It's
should
the
have been wrong.
we need a harder quiz. Okay, so it was John Mulaney. Congratulations. In the Amazing Spider-Man films, Andrew Garfield played a rather emo version of Peter Parker. Which of these hobbies did he have which he'd never really done before? Playing guitar, skateboarding, or graffiti? I'll throw it to Rowan first.
Skateboarding.
Even I know the answer. Okay, Jake.
I feel like I just said it like 5 minutes ago, but yeah, skateboarding.
Yeah, and then
I was gonna say, I was like, didn't we just say something about him skateboarding?
Okay. I might just stop giving you multiple answers.
Unless you're looking at Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, where you could skateboard as Spider-Man in that game.
Yes.
That's true. Just dope.
There's a trivia for you.
So good.
Great.
Okay,
game, by the
what
way.
song plays during the infamous dance scene from Spider-Man 3?
Oh,
Do you want multiple answers or do you guys want this?
yeah.
Can I just do the dance?
Just do
Yes.
the dance. Bust out a black suit.
If you're gonna fucking okay. All right. Was it People Get Up and Drive That Funky Soul by James Brown, Boogie Wonderland by Earth, Wind and Fire, or Walk On By Isaac Hayes? Dan.
You're starting with me again.
Yep.
I'm gonna guess the Isaac Hayes songs. I have no idea.
Okay, Jake.
I want to say the first one you said.
Oh, so the People Get Up and by James Brown. Okay, Rowan.
Yeah, I think it's the first one.
Hey, Jake and Rowan got a point. Dan, you're losing.
Oh yeah, because they're not keeping up with me because I got the first one that they had
Right.
no idea.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. What is the name of the AI built into Peter's suit in Spider-Man Homecoming? Oh, come on. Is it Anna, May, or Karen?
Oh, no.
Rowan?
I'm going to go Karen.
Yeah, Rowan. Oh, sorry, Jake.
Karen.
Fucking
I was
Karen.
also gonna say Karen.
Dan, yeah, Karen. We all know it's Karen, which is pretty funny. Okay. Oh, does it give me? No, it just gives me a fun fact. Karen is voiced by Jennifer Connelly, who is married to Paul Bettany, who voiced Tony Stark's AI Jarvis.
Hmm.
Oh, very nice.
I did not know that. Thank you so much, Joe.ie. Okay. Which singer has a cameo in the Green Goblin attacks the World Unity Fair in the first Spider-Man film? This is great. Rowan, I'll start with you. Is it Mary J. Blige, Erykah Badu, or Macy Gray?
Macy Gray. think.
Jake.
Not sure.
I have no idea. I know the scene. I know her face.
Mary J. Blige, Erykah Badu, or Macy Gray.
I'm gonna just say C. I'm gonna just keep it tied up.
You're gonna say Macy as well. This is a strong tactic, everybody. Strong tactic. Dan?
We're tag teaming this.
I'm pretty sure it's Macy Gray. Like I was already thinking that.
That's okay. It is Macy Gray. Congratulations.
Yes.
You guys all suck. Okay. Which nation's okay. This might be a good one. Which nation's football shirt does Peter Parker wear for a bit in the Spider-Man Far From Home? Holland, Germany, or Brazil? Dan?
Shot in the dark, Holland.
Okay. Jake?
I'm gonna say Brazil.
Okay. Rowan?
I'm gonna go Brazil as well.
Oh, okay.
Strength in numbers.
Yep.
Guys did not get that right. It was actually Holland.
I said Holland.
It was Holland. Yeah.
Now
Jake and
we're tied
Rowan.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm back
So
up.
now we're tied back
Because it's
together.
of Tom Holland.
Huh?
Ah.
Actually, that could have been the
Honey.
reason. That's genius. Okay.
Honey.
What is the name of this girl who is in Spider-Man, who's Peter Parker's neighbor in Spider-Man 2? So there's a photo of her, but it's basically the
Oh.
blonde skinny girl with pigtails who's the neighbor in Spider-Man 2.
Give me rent.
Give me rent. Is it Maria, Ivanka, or Ursula? Jake, we'll start with you.
Ah. What are the answers again? The
Ivanka,
choices.
Ursula, or Maria?
Ah.
Look at Spider-Man thinking.
Yeah, right.
Go.
Just
Let's go. What was it? You said Ivanka?
Ivanka, Ursula, or Maria?
Yeah, let's do that one.
Ivanka. Okay. Rowan?
Yeah, I kind of think it's Ivanka as well.
Okay. You genuinely do think so?
Yeah.
Dan?
I was in the same boat. I'm like, Ivanka and Ursula sound right.
I know.
Yeah.
Do you want to go Ivanka or do you not?
I'm
So
gonna
Jake
go-
and Rowan are going to go Ivanka.
I'm gonna go Ivanka too, just to be safe.
You guys suck. It was Ursula and none of you got a point.
Oh,
Damn it, Ursula was my gut.
Damn it, you
instinct
should have
too.
gone with your gut. You
No.
should have been. You could have been in the lead.
I
Dan.
know, but I didn't want to say Ursula and get it wrong, and then they're back in the lead again. And I'm like, at least I'm tied with them still.
Right. And then next one, I'm not going to give you a multiple choice. I'm actually just going to ask you, and who can ever answer first will get the point because it's a really obvious answer. Who voices Spider-Man Noir in the Into the Spider-Verse?
Nicolas Cage.
Yes. Okay. Well, Jake got that first.
I give it to you. You said it louder than me, so
Yeah. Yeah. Who is? Okay, they give me a photo, but I can't really tell you in the photo. Okay, so who is the kid in school that doesn't really like Tom Holland's Peter Parker?
Is
It's
this
like at a
multiple choice
party.
or whoever goes first?
Yeah, so it's basically, I mean, it's not the greatest question. It's essentially going to be asking if
Flash?
it's Ned Leeds,
is it Flash
Flash
Thompson?
Thompson, or
Yeah.
Harry Osborn. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
like a really
Okay.
easy one. So
yeah.
I won't-
I was like, I'm just trying to remember the name of the jock guy that always messed with him.
yeah,
and I'm
the
like, it's,
jock is
he
probably
had,
the
he had
best
a
way to describe
weird
him.
like nickname, and I'm like, okay, it's Flash. That's it.
Oh, I do know this one. It's a good question. What is the name of the wrestler played by Randy Savage in Spider-Man 1? I will ask Rowan first. Crusher Hogan, Bonesaw, the Bronx Mangler.
The Bonesaw is
Bonesaw.
ready.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bonesaw.
you guys are all gonna get that. Even I knew that one. That's a good one. Okay. Which Spider-Man villain has been played or voiced by both Donald Glover and Mahershala Ali? Mahershala Ali? Is that how I'm saying it? Mahershala Ali?
A
Venom?
villain.
The Prowler or the Scorpion? Dan. It's a villain played or voiced by both Donald Glover and Mahershala Ali. I'm so sorry if I'm saying that wrong.
Okay, what were the villains
And
again?
the three options are Venom, the Prowler, or the Scorpion.
I'm gonna shoot in the dark again with the Prowler.
All right, Jake.
The Prowler.
Rowan.
I'm not piggybacking. I'm just.
I'm tempted to go Scorpion, but I think it's Prowler.
Prowler is correct.
Okay, that was the only thing that made sense to me in my mind. Like I was just
Yeah,
like,
same. Ali voiced the Prowler in Into the Spider-Verse, and Glover played a pre-costume version of his alter ego Aaron Davis in Homecoming.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's dope. Didn't know that. Okay. Complete this Spidey quote from Captain America Civil War. Hey guys, you ever see that really old movie? And it's one of the Star Wars films.
Empire Strikes Back.
She said complete the quote though. Like that really old movie.
Oh
have you, hey guys, have you ever seen that really old movie? And it is one of the Star Wars films.
He basically describes Star Wars really badly. Essentially.
Okay. So essentially Dan's answer is Star Wars. Jake is Empire Strikes Back. Rohan?
I feel like it's going to be like A New Hope or Return of the Jedi. So I'm going to say A New Hope.
Okay. It was Empire Strikes Back. Jake gets a point.
Okay. I didn't know you were looking for the specific which Star Wars.
Okay.
I did say it was a Star Wars movie. Jake got it.
Right, but I didn't know you were looking for the specification. I'm not saying that. I'm no
Of course
terror.
he's going to look at it, but
look at it. Just look at it.
I thought you were looking.
I'd like to thank my Aunt
I
May and my
I thought you were looking for us to finish the quote.
Well, that was the quote. I mean, he says, "Hey guys, you ever seen that really old movie, Empire Strikes Back?" That's the end of the quote.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I do have a few more questions though. What is the middle initial of the shubbly 30-something Peter Parker in Into the Spider-Verse? This is an easy one.
B.
Jake.
B,
yeah. I'm giving it to the first answer. Peter B. Parker. Okay. Which bridge does the final confrontation between Spider-Man and the Green Goblin take place on? George Washington Bridge, Brooklyn Bridge, Queensboro Bridge. Jake.
Oh man, I'm gonna butcher it. I'm gonna just say George Washington.
Okay, Ron.
Brooklyn Bridge.
I think it's George Washington.
You think it's George Washington as well, Dan? So Dan and Jake for George Washington and Ron for Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Oh, none of you were right. It's the Queensboro Bridge.
All right. I'm okay with that. We're all losing.
No points for anybody.
We're all losers.
We're all losers. What is the name of the teacher from Homecoming and Far From Home? Basically, he's like the math teacher that takes them to the.
He's hilarious.
Monument.
He was the guy. He was the guy who was in the was it an Incredible Hulk movie? He made a cameo in there.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
It's Mr. Conway, Mr. Harrington, or Mr. Starr. Rowan.
I think Mr. Harrington.
Okay, Jake.
Harrington.
Daniel.
They both seem so confident.
They both seem so.
I'm not at all.
Conway.
Do it.
Okay, Dan is gonna go with Conway. It is Mr. Harrington. Sorry.
I was trying to go for broke.
All right, and finally, what is the name of Spider-Man's Christmas album? My Christmas sense is tingling. Christmas with the Spider-Verse. A very Spidey Christmas.
Let it be all of them, please.
Dan, I'm going to ask you first.
What was the last one?
So it's My Christmas sense is tingling. Christmas with the Spider-Verse. A very Spidey Christmas.
I'm going to say a very Spidey Christmas.
All right, Rowan?
I'm going to go, what was the first one?
My Christmas sense is tingling.
Yeah, I'm going with that one.
Okay. Jake?
I mean, I would name mine a very Spidey Christmas, so I'm just going to go with that.
So Jake and Dan writing on a very Spidey Christmas. It is a very Spidey Christmas.
Hey, I got one. Still in last.
Jake, you are the winner.
I would hope so.
Congratulations, Jake. Yeah, so would I, honestly.
Yeah,
you didn't
put
win
me on
that.
the hot seat, and you're just like, we're going to burst the hell out of you. You got
right?
this wrong.
Thank God you got that right. Thank God we didn't have to do that in like 4 takes.
No, like,
just
if I would have lost,
one.
I would have like faked a heart attack.
It's the heat. It's the heat exhaustion.
It's so hot in here.
It's getting hot. Are you guys having trouble breathing?
But before we let you go and take off your very sweaty suit, we're just going to throw you guys out a chance to shout out your socials. If there's anything that you would like to promote, this is your opportunity to do so. So Jake, where can everybody find you on the interwebs?
So you can find me on Twitter at JakeSteele44, and you can also find me on the Retro Replay Show website, where I do from time to time. And
he does writing from time to time. I'm so sorry. It just cuts out.
No.
Where I do from time to time. You fill in the blanks, folks.
Yep.
From time to time. You enter here.
Yeah. Nondescript.
What will he do
verbs here.
next? You enter.
Rowan, where can we find you?
Yep. So I'm on Twitter at RJAuthor, and I also have a Linktree thing on my Twitter page. You can click that, and you've got my website, my socials, and my blog and everything.
Mhm.
And you can also subscribe to my newsletter. So that's always that. And I'm also on the Retro Replayer website, but some blog posts coming out. So yeah, give us a like.
Awesome.
Yeah, just go check it out.
Go and check it out. Perfect. Go and check it out.
Check it out.
Yeah. Dan, what about you?
I, of course, am Stark Evil Vash on any platform you might look for me, except for the Twitters. I am Stark E Vash. It's SDARK. Why? VASH.
What?
Uh,
Nice.
You can also find me at Deadpan Gaming on YouTube, the Replayer Podcast on YouTube, and writing on the RetroReplayShow.com as well.
Yes. And you guys can find me at Pagan_plays on Twitter and on Instagram and Twitch, and then just at Pagan Plays on Twitter. There's no underscore or space. Thank you all so much for joining me. If anybody is listening at the moment and they still have questions about membership with Retro Replay, send it over to members@RetroReplayShow.com. And if you want to see yourself here in the seat of the lovely Jake or Rowan as a guest on the Replayer Podcast, please do email the replayerpodcast@gmail.com, and we will certainly organize something with you and your time zone that is most convenient.
This is be forever. We're gonna need Spider-Man just doing like these.
This is just beautiful. Oh my god! Look. You can do anything in a Spider-Man suit and look cool. I want to get one.
Good.
I'm gonna get one.
Pagan's gonna get one. Oh god.
I'm gonna get one. I think it's fucking great. I love it. But that's game over. Folks. Thanks everybody for coming.
Bye.
This is just the coolest thing that I think is just. This is so cool.
Love the animation already.
The art style is just so wonderful. Look.
Oh, nice. Oh no.
Oh, that's a great beat.
It's so great. This is Cult of
Oh my
Lamb
god.
by Devolver Digital.
It already reminds me of like Death's Door.
Right? That's
And
what
Enter the Gungeon.
that is legit the first thing that I said to Adam the other day. I was like, this feels like Death's Door, and it will play the same. You'll see some gameplay in this now as well.
Oh my god.
Look at it. See, like especially with like the boss battles and everything, it does feel a lot like Death's Door.
It looks very much like Enter the Gungeon too.
Oh, really? Look, you can build your own cult.
Oh my goodness.
This game, it looks so good. This is definitely one of my favorites.
Sacrifice.
Right. Come on.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, right?
Death.
This game, man.
That looks awesome.
Might have to go and like wish list that right away.
I just think this like that I need that game. I want to play that game right now. It just says wish list on Steam.
And it comes out when?
2022.
Okay, so it's
Comes out
just
in 2022,
saying
so
next
it's not
year.
going
It
to be here
doesn't
for
have
a
a set
long
date yet.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go
Um,
wishlist it on Steam and keep an eye on it for sure.
yeah, it's exactly what I'm doing myself. I just think it's
I wouldn't be surprised if that
it's
came to
great.
Switch. That looks like the perfect kind of game that would make its
Yeah.
way to
Oh,
Switch.
yeah.
was
For
thinking
real.
the same thing, and it really does look a lot like Death's Door, but this is just the coolest thing that I saw at Gamescom and
Mhm.
opening night live with Jeff Keighley, because I think I didn't watch the Xbox Expo, like I didn't watch the Xbox version. I only watched the opening night live, and I don't know if that did feature in the other. I don't know why it wouldn't, but I don't know if it did. But it just looks so good. I can't wait for this.
Yeah, I need to watch that again, and I'm
It's a
sure
cute
it
little
fit.
satanic game.
It fits a lot of like my favorite little indie niches like that. Like I said, a lot of Death Store, a lot of Enter the Gungeon. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool looking, and the art style is awesome.
It's
Yeah, I
so
love
good.
that art style.
Yeah. I want to message my friend now and be like, "Did you make the trailer for that?"
Do it. What did you guys think? Jake, Rowan, what did you guys think?
It's like just sitting there watching that. It's just like I have no idea what's going on, but I
Yeah.
like it.
I dig your style. Same,
I
Ron.
was sold in the opening couple of seconds with the art style and everything, and then it just started going, and I was like, "This is yeah." That's all I can say. Just
It's so unexpected because you're kind of like, whoa, this is weird. And then he like kind of gets reborn as a Satan lamb, and you're like, was not expecting this. And then you
It
can build
is.
your own cult, and like go and
Mhm.
fight, villains and so. Oh, I just think it's so good.
I really
boss
like all
fights
the
and stuff
cute
look
little
great.
fox friends.
Right?
Yeah.
I want to be a little fox
So
friend.
cute. So cute. But that's truly it now for the Replayer podcast this week. So thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you for
Mhm.
reacting with me to Cult of Lamb. This is such a great game. This is definitely something that I'm most excited about. If you are excited about this too, please let us know in the comments. Let us know what you think. If you did the trailer or involved in any part of this game for Massive Monster and Devolver Digital, please let us know because I have questions. But it is out in 2022, and I'm going to add this on my wish list on Steam because it looks dope.
It looks very cool.
Alrighty.